Muslim communities have cultivated a rich history of faith, intellect, and profound spiritual connection across the globe. But if you look at how this community is often portrayed today, that historical reality seems to glitch and fade to black. The sudden shift in how we perceive Muslim communities often feels like a spontaneous cultural movement. But to understand why it's happening, we have to look at the financial engine driving it. Behind the rhetoric is a highly organized, profitable business. Between 2008 and 2013, over $200 million in dark money was funneled into dozens of anti-Islamic organizations. Anonymous donors use trust funds to quietly channel this capital to a centralized network of think tanks and agitators. These groups take that money and draft strategic talking points. They create pseudo-documentaries, publish alarming articles, and feed fearful rhetoric directly to politicians and media outlets. This systematically overwrites the complex reality of 2 billion people with a single, frightening caricature. This level of funding allows a small network to dominate the public conversation, turning a diverse faith into a source of constant, profitable alarm. To distribute this fear, the industry relies on a filtering mechanism: mainstream media. Complex geopolitical issues are routinely stripped of their historical context and broadcast as simple headlines. This relies on a psychological tactic known as othering. When you look at an individual, you see humanity. You see a neighbor, a student, or a professional. The media filter actively works to erase that individuality, flattening a vastly diverse global population into a static, monolithic threat. Once a group is effectively othered, it becomes much easier to justify hostile actions against them. Politicians weaponize these stereotypes to cast an entire faith as a looming danger, creating public consent for discriminatory laws, increased public surveillance, and foreign wars. This distortion actively shapes societal attitudes. Studies highlight that repeated exposure to these biased narratives cultivates deep-seated suspicion, leading to the social exclusion and alienation of everyday Muslims. By monopolizing the narrative, the industry ensures public perception is tethered to these specific, narrow portrayals, rather than to actual human interactions. While television and print lay the groundwork, social media acts as the accelerant. On the digital frontline, algorithms are optimized for engagement, and nothing drives engagement quite like outrage. This is where astroturfing comes in. Malicious actors deploy vast networks of automated bots to simulate fake grassroots anger. They flood comment sections and trend hostile hashtags, making fringe anti-Muslim hate appear like a massive mainstream consensus. When a tragedy or geopolitical event occurs, these networks instantly mobilize. They inject fake news and carefully selected imagery into the timeline, directing their digital hate mobs to blame the Muslim community. That digital venom frequently spills over into real-world violence. This chart tracks online Islamophobia and reported incidents. After October 7th, identity attacks targeting Muslims surged from 3 posts a day to over 1,300. Notice the baseline of daily hate speech remains artificially elevated. Algorithms keep hostility active long after the news cycle fades. The data suggests these platforms are being leveraged to simulate a state of constant conflict, independent of what's actually happening on the ground. The immediate instinct when faced with this much orchestrated hate is to fight back online or to react emotionally to provocateurs. But engaging with these actors only feeds the algorithm, providing the attention the system needs to propagate. The most effective defense is surprisingly simple: unplug. By physically and cognitively stepping away from the digital fog, individuals reclaim their intellectual independence. They stop allowing anonymous trolls and dark money to dictate their mental state. Within the Muslim community, this resilience is deeply rooted in the concept of tawakkul, an unwavering trust in God. When faced with intense external pressure and psychological warfare, grounding oneself in faith and communal prayer offers a profound shield against the noise. Compare the frantic, hollow echo chamber of a social media feed to the quiet endurance of an actual library. The digital world demands constant panic, but studying history and engaging with timeless spiritual texts builds a foundation that a bot network cannot dismantle. The Islamophobia industry spends hundreds of millions of dollars to manufacture a dense fog of fear, But that entire machine loses its power the moment you log off, look around your actual neighborhood, and choose clarity over the illusion of hate.